You mentioned the roof. The roof will be closed halfway through this first quarter. They're just waiting for some smoke from the fireworks, which we had about 20 minutes ago, just to disappear. So that's why the roof is half open.
I thought you'd knocked off the remote control, Dipper.
No, not quite. And good to see you awake, mate. You kept everybody awake on the plane. Well done, mate. See you soon.
Out of the middle, the match underway. Ratton getting Carlton forward up to 50 as we start this game. Hume working it out. Was that a high tackle on Houghton? It was. So he's been pretty impressive so far this year for Carlton, giving them another option up forward. And we've seen players make the distance from here at Colonial so far this year. Gee, no one touched that. Trainees did though. That would have been almost unforgivable.
I've got to say, I was watching Lowe there, and I suppose he's such a big fella, he wasn't able to change direction that quick, but yeah, that could have bounced through. As you'll see here, sort of Spider Everett didn't really go for the mark, thought someone else was going to get it, and luckily Trainees read it best.
Short kick in was accepted by Robert Harvey and turned to Zilla, goes back to Peckett. Peckett, the designated kicker, when the opposition scorer behind at the feet of Barry Hall. Here's a clash coming up. Peckett and Christou gathered now for the Saints by Lenny Hayes after receiving from Knowles. The ball up forward. Here's Maxie Hudson trying to get into the play early. Maybe lift the Saints with a goal. No, he kicks into the pocket. Racing after it is Beetham. He's caught. He's tackled by Lappin, and the ball forced over for a boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Saints. Terrific crowd. There's Damien Monkhorst sitting on the bench, and the fellow bench warmers at the start of the game.
Delaney, Matthew Carr and Brett Moyle.
Good on you, Dipper. Well done. And the boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the Saints. Rice, a former St Kilda player, and forcing it clear for a throw in was Koutafidis. And it's just a little bit further away from the St Kilda goal, but still within scoring range, about 35 to 40 metres from the behind post.
Beautiful match up. All on.
Go, Dip.
That's all right, mate. The microphone's great.
Okay, the Blues trying to get away from their full back line. Franchina. And eventually knocked over. That's Scott Camporelli there, who's having a wonderful season for the Blues. And a very unusual circumstance there, Hutto. 4 ex-Geelong players warming the bench. Mansfield, O'Reilly, Hickmott and Fletcher.
That is one for the statistical buffs or buffoons. The ball off half back. Rice onto the wing. And that's Begley taking the mark. Back in the Saints lineup tonight. Trainees pinpoints Everett. Begley kept on running. You know, it's a high one. Tough for Hall. He's in good position. And that's a good sign early on. Running back in the goal square to try and create a lead was Wakelin all the way down. Low off the ground. He's got it. I just hesitated. I thought it was Wakelin. I thought, what's he doing down there?
Yeah, he's obviously, and he pushed down into that goal square. He had about 20 metres clear in his opponent. It just took Hall a bit longer to get it down there. But that's really what you want. If you can get a one-on-one contest in the goal square, well then obviously it's going to make it a lot easier for your for the forwards to get in and get a crumb and drop of the ball. As we see here, Hall takes a great mark, kicks it long, gets it deep, and that's really what you want against the backman. And he's able to just bring it down to low with good skills, left foot in the air.
Well, the players who contested the mark, Trent Houghton and Wakelin for St Kilda, jogged all the way back through the centre square, back to the half-forward area for the Blues. Christou knocks it in front of himself. Gathered by Camporelli. Short kick all right. Allen, this time in front. Marks. Feeds the ball off to Camporelli. Gets onto his right foot and kicks deep into the full forward area. Good mark. Koutafidis. It's going to be very hard, Jimmy, for a St Kilda player to hold Koutafidis for the whole game.
Yeah, well, it looks like Knowles has started on him, and Knowles had a great game last week. Really attacking defender. But with Koutafidis, you just don't know where he's going to play the game. He could be in the back, he could be on the ball, he could be forward, and that's his flexibility. But you just see here, he's too strong and really judged the flight of that ball perfectly.
Body strength just came out on top there. He stood tall, and he shoots from about 25, 30 metres out. Not a difficult angle, and he puts the first goal on the scoreboard for the Blue Baggers.
And he's kicked that well. Like that was a good kick from him straight through the middle. But if you look at the centre bounce clearances already, Carlton on top, they've cleared it out of there twice. And it just gives them, like, when you get that ascendancy early, it gives the forwards a chance to get their defenders out of position. And particularly with players like Koutafidis, he just needs to, get it in there quick, and then there's always a chance of a mark.
Young Jason Blake now running with Anthony Koutafidis. What a task for him. Harvey gets a shove in the back. Freeborn the infringer.
Overzealous there, Freeborn in his tackle on Harvey.
Everett's pushed forward, but the option is out wide with Zilla. Everett still pushing deep. That's where the kick goes now. Allen did well to spoil Camporelli. Who's going to stop him tonight? Manton, floating hand pass. Blues look pretty on at the moment. Good combination on the outer side. This is Freeborn, who's been good for them since breaking into the team this year. Whitnell, Wakeland on him. Gets the ball to centre half forward. Houghton low, pushing back. Hudson got a high tackle. No free kick. Ratton. Hayes didn't go anywhere. Houghton again. Oh, was that a throw from Franchina? Certainly looked like it. Whitnell's kick went nowhere. Well done, Lenny Hayes. All over Reddit. Open spaces. About 35 out. Beaumont, that he took over himself. Manton, Franchina, Rice. Up to half forward, plenty of Saints there. Hamill got well spoilt. Burke, Everett, Traianides just couldn't take it with him. Now he's got it. And that's
kick.
Yeah, very poor kick.
Look at the Blues on this side. Stephen Silvani's been itching for a kick for half a minute, Jimmy.
Yeah, because I think Stuart Lowe is just playing a sort of a kick behind the play.
Should get a goal here. Short kick's on by Allen. Short kick is on, and the mark is taken by Hamill. And that was poor checking by St Kilda to allow the Blues to come down this near side of the ground, really unopposed. Gee, Heatley clashing with Beaumont.
I think he got looked like he got a knock on the hip.
Well, Jimmy, Matthew Allen's just sensational. I mean, he set up the other goal with Koutafidis kicked the goal. I mean, you've played against him. What's his, his attributes?
Yeah, he's just very elusive. As for a big man, he's got the ability to actually get forward very quickly unattended. And I remember when I played him a few times. And he can kick goals from 50 out as well, so he's quite dangerous.
Heatley coming off the ground, and Carr coming on for St Kilda. Hamill goes for goal, and he's popped it through. Second on the board for Carlton. A goal to Hamill, a goal to Koutafidis. For St Kilda, Stuart Lowe has kicked their goal.
But as you said it before, I watched Silvani. Silvani was out on this wing just all alone, and no one going near him, and Lowe was sort of playing that sort of coming to the centre.
Got lost in the play?
Yeah, but I'm not too sure whether he's allowed to play a kick behind because he's coming up trying to get the footy, but he needs to be forward. They need some targets, and he's definitely a key target. And last week in the first quarter, Lowe was really getting something up there.
Well, Everett winning this knockout. Lappin did well to get clear and away from Begley with the kick. It's fairly open at forward area for Carlton. Bradley doubling back onto it. Nothing doing with that disposal. Jones did well then. Zilla. This is Blake, who's pushing wide. McKay somehow beats Hayes to it and then takes them on. Run into Traianides. There's a free kick. No, out of bounds. Great play by Andrew McKay. He's in great form this year too, isn't he?
Well, I think he's been a tremendous player. I think he had, if you want to classify it as an ordinary season, it might have been the year that he was in Brisbane trying to continue with his course that he had, and he was a little quiet then, but he's been tremendous.
Houghton it was getting the tap down. Harvey gets clear of Ratton. Oh, Blake was hanging on to Koutafidis' jumper there and probably was a little lucky to get away. What about Blake playing on Koutafidis? That seems an enormous job for a man in his second game.
Yeah, I'm very, very surprised about that, and it'll be interesting to see how long he lasts.
Well, he'll take him to the ball.
See, Houghton tried to do it on his own then. Thompson. Knowles runs straight into trouble. Beetham and Christo, it's out.
And just some of the other key matchups. You got Ozzie Jones on Bradley. Franchina's picking up Harvey. And Thompson is running with Camporelli.
Boundary throw in just forward of centre wing, favouring St Kilda. I say again, it's a terrific crowd here. St Kilda with only 2 points against their name so far in this series. for the year 2000. The Blues cruising along quite nicely. Freeborn, Allen, well done Robert Harvey to chase, but Freeborn got the good kick away. Bradley, free kick against Bradley. Aussie Jones knew all about it. He pointed to his own chest, and that's the way the free kick has gone. Bradley for holding on. Free kick to Jones.
Great look on Bradley's face then, wasn't it?
Short kick. Hudson, short into the middle. Zilla, still in the defensive half of the ground, St. Kilda. Zilla changes that situation and kicks wide. Barry Hall, punched away by Simon Beaumont. Burke and Freeborn. It'll be thrown in. 13 plays 6.
Jason,
go ahead, Dipper.
sorry, Jimmy. Jason Heatley's been up and down a few times down the boundary line. Expect him to come back on. He was just a little shaken up before.
Allen against Lowe. Was that over the shoulder? Yes, it was. Umpire picked it up. So Stuart Lowe to take it.
Our umpires are Stephen Hanley, Shane McInerney and Darren McCauley.
They've actually brought Lowe into the ruck now to allow Everett to go full forward.
Yeah. Everett coming out of the goal square. He'll contest this one-on-one with Silvani. Well, he didn't contest it at all, really. Camporelli is caught and could have been penalised. Wasn't. Good work
Right there.
by Koutafidis to escape with it. And a big bomb to centre-half forward. Trianides had plenty of work there already. Hamill doubling back. Peckett, did he shove him in the back? No, but Hume. Kick was run down. And Aussie Jones to either concede. Yes, he'll concede. He did have Lenny Hayes across half-back and Hudson, but he just didn't quite back himself in and took the safe option.
Hudson picking up Whitnell. Trianides on Hamill and Wakeland picking up Houghton.
So Carlton by 8, early days, 2-2 to 1 straight. A really good crowd at Colonial.
Justin Peckett kicks the ball in to the far side of the ground. Oh, great mark by Lowe. Up over the top went Stewie Lowe. And the bucket hands controlled the ball, but they've coughed it up. Nathan Burke, it's taken by Ratton. Ratton's kick, punched away by Trianides. At the fall of the ball is Freeborn. He's dumped off it unceremoniously by Wakeland. Trying to crash his way through was Beetham. It's still there at half forward for the Blues. Peckett flips it out the back. Thompson quickly onto his right foot. Chance here for Christou. Bounce favours Ange Christou. He's got a player in support, and that is Silvani. Wide on the wing. He ducks back onto his right, kicks into the middle of the ground, and the mark will be taken there by Rice. Looks to play on, kicks it out wide. Looks for Allen. Just a little high, maybe didn't judge it as well as he could have. Hudson to Aussie Jones. Set it up, Aussie. He doesn't. He bombs away to the half-forward line. Barry Hall and Beaumont. Beaumont plays the percentages and bashes the ball clear for a boundary throw-in. And Barry Hall says, "What are you doing, Umpy? He grabbed me by the jumper."
Just see here again the low mark, just beautiful. He got up high, just big, huge hands on him.
Well, Everett has pushed not up forward, he's behind this passage of play, so if St Kilda get it forward, they haven't got anyone at full forward at the moment. Hall going one-on-one with Beaumont. Now the move's been made. Carr is well wrapped up by Manton.
Fair tackle, that.
Silvani still on his own back at full back, and Spider Everett just almost getting a breather on the wing.
I got to say though, when Everett's in the ruck, he's a much better player when he goes forward.
Thompson, can he get boots abroad? No. Silvani, Ratton, Camporelli, already looking dangerous. Great smother. Thompson hurt himself, I think. Carr over the ball, gets a free kick.
That was an ordinary free kick. He was on his knees when he grabbed him.
Maxie Hudson crying for, got tears in the eyes for a different reason. Up to full forward. Well, it's all Carlton there. Disappointing kick, really, and Allen takes the easiest of marks.
Gets the hand pass away as we watch Hudson in the hands of the trainers. The Blues take a bit of a punt, get the ball to Dean Rice. He's got a chance in the middle of the ground. Player on his own. That kick was a little high, and getting back, terrific play, Nathan Burke. Got back to spoil Houghton, and then gathered the ball himself and turned defence into attack. He's got the ball out wide. It's kicked forward by Beetham. Beetham towards full forward, punched away at the back by O'Reilly. Was it Manton? No, he's found a free kick anyway, the umpire. Gee whiz, he'd award about 50 free kicks if he keeps going at this rate.
A bit lucky there, because I was about to say this is where Spider Everett needs to be, putting pressure on Allen, not allowing him to stand back and run at a ball on his own, but it was lucky he sort of dropped a bit short. I think Manton had his hand over the shoulder.
Yeah, he did, but gee.
There'd be 50 free kicks in a game if that was a genuine free kick. Carr goes for goal and kicks it behind.
Well, at least St.Kilda putting Carlton under a little bit of pressure, and then they're certainly playing with a hell of a lot of spirit.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? I mean, they're long odds against to win the game, but it's only 18 blokes out there against 18 when it all boils down. Kudafiti's good mark.
Allen on the end of it, they're going forward. Free kick down the... No, it's going to come back.
Undisciplined play. Spider Everett, just after Kudafiti's got rid of the ball, he just grabbed him around the neck and threw him on the ground.
Why wouldn't it be downfield?
Well, because it was off to play.
Well,
is that the reason?
Probably because Carlton weren't going to gather the ball.
Yeah.
Well, normally it's where it lands. Silvani's kick is low on the bounce. Harvey on hands and knees. Was pretty lucky to get away with that in the end. Blake goes to ground. Gee, some interesting decisions being made at this stage. Harvey to take it here. 14 Carlton, 7 St Kilda. Saints kicked the first one, but the Blues have really been in a fair bit of control since. The Saints are having a go though. Hudson pushing forward again, takes the mark on the wing. He looks up, he's got Barry Hall, or he can go longer down to Carr. Goes in the direction of, well, both the players. They crash into each other. No support at ground level for the Saints. Rice is gone. That's a great tackle from Barry Hall.
Push in the back.
Oh, you are
Can you believe
kidding.
that?
Oh.
I reckon they've made 4 boners already in this game, the umpires. And how old is it? About 7 minutes old.
Let's have a look. That is a great tackle. That's why he's paid the set. The last bit is paid it for in the back. But surely it's hold. Well, no, maybe it's not holding the ball. Maybe it was the right decision, but gee.
Well, they've made a mess of this, the Blues in the middle of the ground. Zilla gets the ball away, kicked forward by Knowles. No one back there except Glenn Manton. And he's quite prepared to allow it to go through for a behind as Carr comes back off the ground to be replaced by Heatley.
St Kilda getting the ball inside 50, but they just don't seem to have enough players at the drop of the ball. Because it goes in there and it might be a 2-on, but it becomes, instead of a 2-on-2, it's a 2-on-3 or a 1-on-2.
Yeah, they have had no forward crummers, have they?
That was disguised brilliantly, that kick in by Chris Dew to Kudafiti's. He kicks the ball to half forward. The Blues are already up to within 50 metres. Umpire, no, I thought he was going to blow his whistle. Shrugging the tackle was Hume. Goes out wide. Marking contest, Camporelli and Jones. Still Camporelli and Jones over the top. Lappin and Pickett. Umpire decides on a bounce.
So he got some treatment there, didn't he, Camporelli?
Well, he's one of the playmakers for Carlton, and he's going to get some extra attention in every game he plays, I'm sure.
2-2 and 1-2. Everett it was. Gee, Kudafiti is deadly at the moment. Camporelli just about gone. Kuda again. Hesitated just a little bit. Hamill. Thompson just banged it on the boot. Saints in reasonable shape here. Good smash away though by Christou. Harvey, he did get hands to ball. Rice got away from Beetham. Freeborn, little help hopeful with the handball. Harvey did well. Thompson clearing kick. It's a bit of a blaze away, but it's a good blaze away. Hall, Knowles puts it out in front. Heatley is back on the ground, playing for a free, was well tackled. Had the support. Aussie Jones, no, just across the face too far. And so 1-3 to 2-2.
A very fast game, isn't it, boys? The pace has certainly picked up halfway this first quarter.
I don't think anyone's doubted St Kilda's ability to have a bit of a dip at any game that we've seen them play this year. It's been their ability to sustain it, Jim.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, they've started well. It's just interesting this game. There's so many matchups. Like, the players have really been accountable at the start of this game.
Beautiful kick in, and the mark has been taken by Lappin nearly in the middle of the ground. So already the Blues nearly in their positive. Lappin goes across the half-forward line. No mark to Camporelli, and he's fronted beautifully there by Andrew Thompson. Locked up, the umpire will bounce.
I'm interested here. Obviously, Carlton are trying to isolate Hamill at full forward because they've got Traianides in him, and that's I doubt if that's the place where he'd like to be. He's a far better player when he's up on the half-back line running forward.
Good point, because Aaron Hamill is very good overhead as well. Matthew Allen tries to knock it down, gathered by Peckett, shrugs the tackle. Peckett across his left shoulder, not a bad kick. McKay gets back there to help him is Whitnell. Whitnell gives it away to Silvani. Silvani plays the Ducks and Drakes and then goes in towards half-back. Mark is taken by Christou. Christou would be loving this, getting some good field time and getting a few early touches.
Burke will have to come and spoil. It might have been against... No, it wasn't against Barry Hall. Mark paid to Nathan Burke. I thought he came in and maybe interfered. That's a good kick. Stuart low. Harvey breaks at half forward but goes too early. He's going longer. Heatley is in front. Manton to spoil. He did spoil. He didn't spoil.
I think he got his hands pretty well clamped on it. What do you think, Jim? Looked as though it was all right.
Yeah, no, I'd give him that.
Yeah.
Just, we'll see it here on the replay.
Oh.
Sort of had a couple of, I don't know if he controlled it enough.
They haven't paid them very much. Monkhurst on the ground and Knowles off. This would put St Kilda in front, which would be a pretty good effort. With 5.5 minutes remaining.
Doesn't look very confident to kick from out that far, but I've seen him kick 55 many times.
Just a little to the left. It's straightening. Not enough. The distance wasn't a problem. The accuracy was. 1-4 now, St Kilda. 2-2. You're right about them needing to sustain through 4 quarters, but just being able to turn opportunities into goals has been the real huge problem for them throughout the year, hasn't it?
Kick in by Christou, yes, I agree there. And it goes back towards full forward, and Barry Hall stands strong and takes the mark about 25 metres out, directly in front for St Kilda. He looks as though he's switched on, Bazza.
Oh, he does tonight, and he's been giving them something to kick to this year. I've really been impressed with the way he's lifted his game from last year.
And I think St Kilda would be pleased with the fact of Barry Hall, Simon Beaumont matchup too.
Oh yeah.
Barry Hall goes for goal. He's missed.
Can't believe this. It's 1-5.
Well, he should have kicked that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because it was set up beautifully. Like, he's only 20 metres out.
It beats Carr, Hall, Heatley, set shots.
And the Blues could go all the way forward here. Combination of hand passes. Silvani fumbles, then goes short. Koutafidis takes the mark, feeds the handball off. Freeborn is a bit of an unsung hero. He's been doing pretty well, and that kick finds Whitnell. Freeborn has had 6 possessions.
Now they're going to have to probably change the mark on Koutafidis. He's had 10.
And the kick across the half-forward line, Allen has covered some territory. I'm sure he was in the kick-in setup when they got the ball down, and he's down here now marking and shooting for goal.
And that's really putting pressure on Monkhurst, who's just come on the ground. If you can't stay with a goal like that, he'll be back on the bench again.
We can see how far away he was then.
4 marks to Matthew Allen. And I go again with Scott Freeborn. There's a lot of players in the Blues lineup that should match up against with a lot of video work. Good kick by Allen's a goal. 3rd for Carlton.
Well, obviously, Carlton have been working pretty hard on their kickouts. I've been watching them trying to get the ball to Koutafidis a few times, but they just got to break down the wing here. And obviously, usually the ruckman, a lot of teams do that. They just say, okay, just take off down the ground as soon as we get an out, because they don't tend to kick to the big guys anymore. They tend to be looking for a smaller player. But for him to get inside 50, he's always going to be a lot more dangerous on any opposing ruckman.
So Carlton able to do what the Saints have not been able to do, and that is to kick accurately. Trianides, Harvey, they've been getting their hands on the ball. They've been looking dangerous up forward. Low just instantaneously turned around then and kicked. And he gets Barry Hall. Let's see how he goes this time.
Well, would you back him, Robbo?
I think he'll kick this one. The other one must have been too easy.
I'm with you, Robbo.
He's taken 4 marks already.
Well, I think the Beaumont matchup is a little surprising, isn't it?
I think it's a plus for St Kilda at this stage anyway.
O'Reilly's on the bench, so it'll be an option. Better kick. Oh, you wouldn't read about that, would you?
That's 2 posts.
Not getting any value for their efforts early in the game, St Kilda. The Blues have gone forward and kicked 3 goals, 2 against 1 goal, 6. Bradley kicks the ball into the forward half, but he coughs it up because Monkhurst has taken the mark in the middle. Peckett. Looks, assesses, and then delivers. The kick is good through the air, but the mark is taken at half-back by Beaumont. Beaumont goes out wide. Allen can feed it off. Hume running down, kicks into the post. Should get a goal here. Hamill can run inside the 50, kick towards full forward, and good effort back there by Knowles. Koutafidis looked a certainty there to gather and mark and probably kick a goal from the square. Burke, Freeborn, Lappin, Burke spills out. Freeborn maybe just took his eyes off the ball. McKay caught from behind. Spillage beautifully gathered by Trianides. He's run down in spectacular fashion by Hamill, and the umpires awarded a free.
He's saying there was no advantage in the end, so he's bringing the ball back.
There was a free kick before that, obviously, Hutto.
Well, they paid the free kick for the perfect St Kilda tackle. Then he paid advantage, but because Trianides got caught, he said they didn't have advantage.
Blues here, the two number 5s, Jones and McKay, gathered by Camporelli. He got tackled. Hume, tackled by Burke. Ball spills. Harvey tackled, had the ball too high.
Oh, yeah, no.
Play on.
That's fair.
Advantage with the St Kilda side. Kick forward by Beetham at the feet of Everett. Couldn't gather it. Manton's hand pass missed everything. Some fierce, ferocious tackling by both sides. Letty Hayes, Aussie Jones. Still a chance for Letty Hayes. Silvani's got him and wrapped him up. Aussie Jones, can he get past? Yes, he does to Thompson. Thompson to the goal square. Low! Couldn't take the mark. Heatley left it behind. Gee, that's frenetic play right in front of the St Kilda goal. Everett snaps for goal and misses.
Oh, how would you be if you were a St Kilda supporter?
That is
dying out there.
It is unbelievable. They just cannot get a goal.
It was 3-2 in every contest, and they can't just put enough pressure to make him fumble. And
Camporelli off the ground this time, surely. Beetham, he likes it. Oh, he's done it. Caden Beetham has done what the other St Kilda players could not manage to do. 3-2 to 2-6, and the youngster in his first game puts it through.
First game, first goal. Beetham.
Lappin coming off to be replaced by Hickmott.
Isn't it interesting though, all these senior players have played in some of them hundreds of games and they can't kick a goal, and Beetham just snaps one. First game and he kicks it.
That's terrific for a young fellow getting into the action like that. Carlton bench Stephen O'Reilly and Simon Fletcher, along with Michael Mansfield and of course Lappin, who's just come off the ground. Monkhorst tries to get it clear. They found a free kick. It might go to Damien Monkhorst actually, being held a little high as he got that hand pass away, looking from right to left and then decides to kick forward, lands the ball at half forward. Hall gets rid of Beaumont. Hall, still Barry Hall, shot at goal by Barry Hall. It's not a bad kick, all the way to the line, just through to the right for a behind.
Jimmy, why would he have had a shot then when Nathan Burke was on his own?
Yep, absolutely. You just got to give them out. No U-turns when you're inside 50. You should just give out the first handball.
Tim Watson's come down to the boundary line already, talking to some of his players. As you can see, Whitnall a long way from home. 20 seconds remaining for the Blues to try and score. They lead by just a point. Been a very fiery opening quarter, hasn't it? Freeborn. Hudson to try and spoil. Did that. Clock now at 10 seconds, so Blues will have to get it moving from here. Or Saints if they're to score. Hamill just managed to do that. They'll need a mark. Siren will beat them anyway. So what a first quarter. St Kilda had a lot of opportunities. They weren't able to turn them into anything at all on the scoreboard. 2 goals, 7 the result of it all, but they are competitive. 52 kicks to 48, 24 to 42. Carlton a lot more handballs, but the Saints certainly matching it with the Blues, and they have 9 free kicks to 3.
Yeah, a little bit unusual there, and I just noticed they finished.
Bradley went to the umpires at quarter time and let him know what he thought of the 9-3 free kick difference as we start this second quarter. Monkhorst still in the ruck, as you saw, for the Saints. Camporelli, who had 10 possessions in the first quarter. That's a good start of this second. Houghton We'll look down towards full forward. Hamill's made a lead out, and he's got in front of Trianides.
You know, it's interesting. At one end of the ground, Hamill on Trianides, and at the other end of the ground, we've got Manton on Everett. So there's a plus for both sides, isn't there? You've just got to get the ball to either one of those forwards.
Yeah, you got to get it quick. But as you'll see here again, the start of first quarter, centre bounce clearances went Carlton's way 3-0, and again they've got the ball straight out of the centre.
Well, actually, St Kilda got the hit out, and they've sharked that.
Yeah, because they hit it forward, but there was no St Kilda there to receive it.
Well, there must be something wrong with those posts down there. Those that magnets in them or something.
Must be the breeze of the half a roof open, mate.
Well, it's hit that post 3 times. Yep. St Kilda hit it twice.
So Harvey to bring it back into play.
Good
and that's
kick.
a very good kick in. And he gets Begley. Now up on the wing. Zillo would be one target, but he goes short into Harvey. Not sure that really advances the cause too far. Peckett's going to be under pressure here. Just takes it in time.
Good play up here further. They're out number 2-1.
They have got numbers up the ground. They're looking to go short before they can then try and use that advantage. Wakeland's now been matched up on.
Peckett.
Hudson goes short to Peckett.
Good running by Peckett.
Hall will be one target. Goes longer to Everett. We talked about Everett having the height advantage on Manton, but he couldn't use it that time. Silvani and Ratton getting back to help out. The ball through for a behind.
He probably didn't really need to do that. He could have given a handball to Silvani running around the back, and they were off on a counter-attack.
So some young faces there on the bench for St Kilda as we watch Ange Christou go in short to Silvani in the left back pocket. Going to get run down by Everett, but he was able to get the kick away. Manton further to Rice. He'd go to Hume, but Burke is watching Hume. Hume might have to go to the mark and eventually wins the ball. Does well. Allen, Camporelli, watch the use of this ball. In short, misunderstanding. Trianides, Zilla. Zilla back to Hudson. Hudson across the half-back line. Low, drops the mark, but they've got 3-on-1. Caught is Harvey. Good tackle. Through went Koutafidis. Didn't take a player or the ball. They've kept it alive through Koutafidis. His tackle on Thompson, not bad. Hickmott, Camporelli, Hamill. The advantage with the Blues. Short kick out wide. Whitnell, left foot, snap for goal. And I think he's missed as well, has he?
Yep.
Gee, they could have made a lot more out of that. That should have been a certain goal.
Is that advantage or not? The umpire caught advantage then.
Yes, it was an iffy one, wasn't it? Because the kick missed Whitnell when it was intended for him, and eventually he was in a difficult situation to gather the ball and shoot for goal.
There was certainly an advantage. They just didn't make the most of it. They had about 4 players there. Oh, St Kilda continuing not to be completely accurate on targets. Jones makes it fairly tough for Peckett. Lenny Hayes to lend a hand, but he is gang tackled and escapes with the ball up.
But just watching it a few times now where the St Kilda players have been running through the packs, they sort of run in and stop instead of like running through it and keeping their arms free so they can actually give off the handball.
Well,
you look at Lenny Hayes there, he sort of jumped into the tackle instead of just taking it on, keep your arms wide and then feed it off to a teammate.
Didn't make much of an effort to get rid of it then. Koutafidis tried to be quick with the hands. Jones, who really looked like he's happy to be in the thick of it tonight, doesn't he? He has looked pretty good tonight, Aussie Jones.
Yeah, well, he was a lot better as well last week. I thought he gave him some run along that wing.
3-4 to 2-8. Mick Mansfield, one of 4 ex-Geelong players starting on the bench tonight for Carlton. Knowles, Blues numbers across half-back. Hickmott, McKay with Hayes bearing down. Still McKay.
Oh, brilliant football, McKay.
Gets through and then gets them inside 50. Whitnell out positioned by Wakeland. Play on the umpire called anyway. Trianides laconically gets it to Peckett. Drew the player pretty well. Burke on the end of it. They're going to loose man at half forward. Can they hit Harvey? Yes. He's off and running through the middle of the lines. Trianides might unload. No, goes short. Low pass. It was good. And Hickman at his best when he's on a long, strong lead. And he just got far enough in front of Christou then to take the mark.
He ran a fair distance, Trianides, in that passage of play.
Yeah, now they're getting some good run from the back line, and Peckett as well. He's just after having 9. He's just put up to his 9th possession, and he's just giving them a lot of run out of the back line. Like he's trying to get on for the second one, like we saw on some of those kickouts before.
So Jason Heatley, he was one of the members of the guilty party in the first quarter for inaccuracy. Just had the one shot and missed. Should kick this one. Looks good. Well, you saw it all the way through for a goal. Saints are in front at Colonial, and we haven't been able to say that too many times this year.
Well, it's good to see Heatley actually get on the scoreboard, because I thought last week his form was down a little bit, but today to get him firing as well as Hall and Lowe all taking marks up there makes a huge difference. It gives them so many avenues, and really he'll pose a bit of a problem for Chris if they can keep kicking the ball, get it down there really quickly to him.
So Jason Heatley, the goal kicker for St Kilda. They lead by 4 points, 3-8 to 3-4. Pretty good bounce. Monkhorst down to Knowles. Knowles quickly. Harvey on the end of it. Good mark. Had his eyes right on it, Robert Harvey. He's nearly the complete player. Out wide. Begley kicks it forward. Marking contest. Lowe fourth in line. Strong grab. Growing in confidence, Stuart Lowe.
It's good. It makes such a difference when you've got forwards that can actually take a mark.
Well, third in line, really. He came from in front of Silvani, behind Hall and Beaumont, and took a strong grab. And he's a real chance here to post St Kilda's 4th goal and give them a 10-point advantage early in the second term and build a bloke up. And Stewie, you've missed everything.
I thought he rushed it in. I thought normally he walks in to take a kick. He sort of dropped it, sprinted in.
Yeah. Koutafidis kicks it out wide. Allen couldn't take it from behind. Gathered by Monkhorst. Drop the ball. McKay, handball down the line. Camporelli, one bounce. He can stride away from centre wing. 2 bounces. Kicks in towards half forward. Good pass too. Taking the mark is Hamill. He can kick it on to Whitnell. Whitnell is advantaged by the kick. He'll go in and get a goal. He read that beautifully.
Well, we both shook our heads, Anthony. Monkers had the ball, and there was a bit of a confusion there with a teammate, dropped it, and then Carlton just pounced on it, and Camporelli just took off through the middle. Harvey just couldn't catch him, and Hamill gave him something, got away from trying to need. It's a good mark, and it's just a beautiful weighted kick. You have a look at it, just over the top, just too easy for Whitnell there.
Mansfield back on now, boys.
Yeah, Harvey's immediate opponent, Franchina, has come off dipper.
That's right, and Mansfield's picking up Harvey now.
Well, Harvey has been terrific. Saints, gee, you just can't help but have some sympathy for their supporters, can you? They just create so many opportunities and have let themselves down, just bouncing inside the line, that one. Carlton back in front by 2 points. Hudson lining up on Whitnell now. And Wakeland going on to Hamill. So obviously they were worried about Hamill and decided that they needed the strength and height of Wakeland against him.
Well, Hodgson actually started on Whitnell.
Gets it up to full forward. Everett in front. Houghton under pressure. And it's out of bounds.
Well, there's a blue on behind Everett and Houghton.
Oh, gee, it's on too. The umpires took a long time to see it. They've called play to go on, and suddenly it stops. Beetham. It wasn't a great kick. Well fought on Trianides. Like volleyball in there at the moment. Oh, Beetham got cleaned up. Umpire let it all go. Koutafidis around the body. It's hotting up at Colonial. Burke over Mansfield. Tried to thump it down. Harvey. You get the feeling the game's in the balance in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Thompson through to Burke. St Kilda competitive at the packs. Harvey goes short. Good little one. Can they create something? Knowles has been busy. Oh, just a low percentage kick.
Well done, Rice.
Driving crazy. Rice got the handball out. Over the top. In the back. Free kick to Carlton.
It wasn't Rice's ability to gather the ball, it was his commitment for the situation.
No, he didn't even have his helmet on there. And look who came up with a free kick.
Bradley. Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Houghton, the antagonist with Everett a few moments ago, kicks to half forward, ball spills to the back. They should get this. Maybe Ratton, left foot snap, can't get his foot to the ball. It was a good tackle. Mansfield over the top. Whitnell back to Hickmott. Snapshot at goal by Hickmott, misses to the left.
Gee, Rob, I was about to say, where was Matt Hodgson there when Whitnell's standing on his own?
Maybe got sucked into the contest at half back. Kick in has been taken by Harvey. Harvey now 13 possessions.
3 points the margin. Aussie Jones has had 6 possessions. As we said before, has looked a lot better. He's got Begley in short if he wants him. He goes in that direction but goes even shorter. Beetham gets them. Who was that to? Poor kick. Silvani went very wide. Got them, they're just overdoing it a fraction, aren't they, Carlton, at times? McKay was a little sloppy. Good back out, Hickmott. Running player, Rice. Sets it up, it's open at centre half forward. Pushing down, he's just too tall, Matty Allen. Takes the mark in front of Trianides. 30 metres out from goal.
I never thought Trianides was going to get that because he looked at his opponent. Instead of just keeping the eye on the ball and actually running in and trying to take out the opponent, that's the only thing you can do on a taller player. Is actually get in, jump, like you're going for a ruck tap.
So watching the man takes him his attention off what he was probably should have been trying to do as Lappin comes on at the expense of Hume and a shot at goal for the Blues.
Allen. We've seen a lot of poor kicking at that end, and it continues. Allen missing, so Carlton now 4 goals, 6-30. And at that end, they've kicked 1 goal forward to follow on the Saints 2-7. So 3-11 kicked at one end of the ground. Peckett brings it back into play, and his target at half back was Harvey and Wakeland. They'll get away with it. Beetham dropped the mark he needed to take. He has got support. Monkhurst was good that time. That opens up for Beetham. Runs his full measure. Went for home and for Everett. Just couldn't take it. Heatley did well. Oh, another poster. It's 4 for the night, 3 for the Saints, 1 for the Blues. Amazing stuff.
He couldn't write this script.
3-9, well, it's not good, is it? Because your efforts are there and you're just not getting it on the scoreboard. Sometimes that can be quite damaging. Silvani's kick, he stubbed the ground. Camporelli to Christou, no nonsense stuff now. Hacks it a long way out towards the wing. Who's the first to get back? Might be the Saints through Knowles. Gets the hand pass back to Trianides. Trianides kicks the ball to half forward. Thompson and McKay. Christou to gather. Kick smothered off the boot by Nathan Burke. It rebounds for St Kilda. It's right in their scoring area. Burke, now Heatley, confronted by Houghton. He's still got the ball. Umpire says, I will bounce. Stephen Silvani not happy. But I don't think there was much more that the umpire could do there. Jason Heatley's arms were pinned. Didn't really get a chance to get rid of it. So a bounce to take place about 20 metres out from St Kilda's goal. Played towards the boundary by Houghton and Camporelli. Thompson appeals for out on the full. Boundary umpire having nothing of that. Damien Monkhorst to the bench. 30 plays 27.
Delaney on the ground, so they've obviously changed their structure again, the Saints. 3 points the margin. St Kilda deep into attack. Low. Got it down, but there was no one to get it down to. It was all Carlton. Koudafides back onto the wing. Begley behind was pushed out beautifully by Hickmott, who takes the mark and can move the Blues into a very open forward line. Whitnell one-on-one with Hodgson. Lappin versus Peckett. Peckett removed Lappin, but Lappin fought on pretty well. Gets it towards the boundary line. Beaumont tumbling out. And the ball will be thrown in about 55 metres around from goal.
It's a good effort there by Peckett. He had 2 players there and just attack. He kept his feet and he made sure he got it across the boundary line.
So boundary throw in, left half forward for the Blues. Big punch forward by Hamill. Back there is Everett with Trionides. Everett got the hand pass away to Jones. Jones, a short kick is all right. Knowles towards half forward. Barry Hall, who had something like 8 possessions in the first quarter, yet to touch it in this second term. Dean Rice, well, tackling. He was untouchable. Spills off Beaumont's chest. Out wide to Christou. Christou wider still. Geez, given Bradley a task here with Aussie Jones. Bradley gathers. The bounce really favoured Craig Bradley there. Kicks into half forward. Hudgton behind Whitnell. Takes a good mark.
So that was close. Could have been a 50 there.
Hudgton from centre half back. Kicks short. And Knowles takes the mark. Goes out very wide. Trionides and Freeborn. Trionides marks. The running support player is Jones. No, it's Zilla actually. Zilla running all the way from half back. Short pass is not bad. Lowe made it better than it was, really. Big, long arms and a strong grab by Lowe has been paid.
Good shepherding work by Barry Hall then to really clear the path for Zilla.
Yeah, and you got to do that. So he didn't have that much. He knew he could just steady, got that extra couple of steps. But a terrific mark from Stuart Lowe. Savani was right on his heels. And so often you just see players dropping those marks.
Carlton by 3. Maybe St Kilda by 3 if Lowe can kick accurately. Silvani is about 40 metres, maybe a little further out from goal. Lowe goes long and strong. I think it's a goal. Just got through. Second goal to Stuart Lowe. Saints by 3.
I actually thought it was going to hit the post. I was sure it was going to. Just came around. But as you'll see here again, as Anthony was saying, Hall just went out there just to give Ziller a little bit of time so he could straighten up and find things low. As you'll see the ball just coming in here, I was sure it was going to clip it, but a good reward for the sort of pressure they've been putting on St Kilda.
So David Parkin and John Worsfold, plenty to think about now. Saints are really having a dip and they're just unable to convert opportunities into goals.
O'Reilly warming up for the Blues. Looks like he might be coming on centre half forward where maybe Hutton's coming off, boys.
Blake came on just then for Begley too. The change for St Kilda.
Well, as we said before, Everett now in the ruck. And we'll see that has an impact. Goes with Allen, who got the tap. Zilla, who's done a few nice things. Hayes, nothing clean there. Thompson just knocking it on, really. Camporelli got a couple of high tackles there. Gets the second one paid. And again, the crowd letting the umpires know what they've thought about the free kicks for the night, which have been, I think, 10-7 in favour of St Kilda. Good lead, good space in front of Allen. Hamill's back in the goal square. He's pushing out now. It drops short. Oh, Burt, one he normally would have taken. Trionides, very clever off the ground. Beetham went a long way the wrong way to try and get some space. Peckett made it pretty tough for his teammate McKay, coming right over the top of Hayes. Rice has been pretty good. Oh, he's in. Oh, he just gets out of trouble. Very good at doing that. His kick wasn't very good though, and the ball out of bounds.
Straight away off the ground, Dean Rice. Replaced by Fletcher, and O'Reilly preparing to come on at the expense of Houghton.
So the ball is 70 metres around from Carlton's goal. Whitnell, great tap. Camporelli, handball. Oh, Hamill was gang tackled. Somehow it gets through. Mansfield fires away at the sticks, and he misses as well. Oh no, he's kicked it. He likes it.
Tell you what, that was not a goal.
No way.
There is no way known that was a goal.
The closest it came to maybe going over the post, but there's no way that was inside.
Well, Hutto, you called it. You're sitting here right behind Michael Mansfield.
Now it's in, it's in. Which side? The goal umpire must have seen that it went inside the post.
Well, it's just a small margin between these two teams, and if that decides the result, well...
I'm not 100% sure. That could well have been a goal.
Carlton lead by 3. They got a chance to get clear of the centre congestion. Ratton, who's been fairly quiet, he's been minded beautifully by Zilla. Burke, Nathan Burke for St Kilda, kicks a wobbly one to Lowe and Silvani. The support here, Hayes, handball, well blocked by Beaumont, and the Blues got out of jail there because it was a real chance for St Kilda to get some sort of a score on the board.
Yeah, no, definitely. And they had Everett was just in over the top. He could have got that handball to him. It might have set him up, but not to be. 45
metres from St Kilda's goal. Lowe wins the knockout, gathered by McKay, goes back towards the boundary line and then kicks beautifully onto the chest of Lappin.
Jimmy, about 3 times Stuart Lowe's got tap-outs from boundary throw-ins or ball-ups in the forward 50. He's hit it towards their goal. There's only been Carlton players there.
Yeah, well, obviously they've got to do some work on that.
Hutchton away from Whitnall was very effective defensive play by Maxie Hutchton.
He's done well on him.
Yep.
He's really been really tight. He's taken some marks too.
Another change being made by the Saints. Moyle coming onto the ground this time. And Lenny Hayes taken from the ground after that last bit of play. Harvey, was he held without it? He was. Advantage paid. Stuart Lowe takes it. Everett's one-on-one. He's in front of Allen. Couldn't take it. Heatley was there. Barry Hall did well. Moyle just on the ground. He's kicked beautifully. The Saints are back in front. Oh, what a game. It's a low-scoring, inaccurate, but very tight and pressure-filled game.
Well, as you'll see here, they got some crumb of the ball. Hall was smart. He just pulled it back in, didn't panic with it. But you were mentioning there before about the throw-ins. I've been watching St Kilda, and they tend to tap it defensively, and then for some reason they're tapping it forward.
St Kilda by 3 points, and a terrific article during the week about young Brett Moyle. Always been a Carlton supporter, and his idol is Craig Bradley.
Umpires down, boys.
Umpires flatten behind play. Moyle again, handball Delaney into the path of Beetham. Back went Fletcher. Ratton feeds it off to Beaumont, and the kick smothered off the boot. Hickmott, and over the top there. Blake should have nearly got it.
Should have been a free to Blake.
Short kick has been marked by Thompson. St Kilda will still go into attack. Thompson's kick to half forward. Punched by Manton. Hickmott grabbed over the shoulder. Umpire calls play on. Beetham to Burke. Burke kicks over his left shoulder to the goal front. Well done by Manton, stretching, got his fist to it and forces a throw in.
Gee, I reckon the umpire missed 2 free kicks there, one for either team, 20 metres out from goal. That could be one. Look at that, he's fallen right in his back. Or was it?
It's sort of a hard one though, they're both sort of tripping over.
Well, if he trips over his own feet, that doesn't matter. I mean, that's only his own fault. Pickett.
Well, that looked like one.
Did well then, gets away. Bradley went down. Yeah.
That was not a free kick either.
I think
the umpire's fallen for the 3-card trick.
Oh, I think there was contact there, Robbo.
Oh, does Craig look as up as a fly or a bee? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Nothing
Oh, you're right.
Nothing in that.
Nothing in it. Absolutely pathetic.
That was a shocker.
That was an Oscar, that though.
Oh, well, he got it. And the Blues will go into attack because Bradley's kick is quite magnificent. It spills to the back. Koutafidis, but it's a kick by Harvey that has scored a behind for Carlton. A rushed one at that.
Well, we haven't seen much of Koutafidis in this quarter, and I think Knowles has done a pretty good job since he's gone on him.
Yep. So preparing to kick the ball back for St Kilda is Harvey. Koutafidis, you mentioned, has had 3 kicks. He had 10 possessions in the first quarter.
Well, they've kicked in pretty well tonight, St Kilda. Thompson, they've used just little short passes to get out of defensive 50. Aussie Jones playing probably his best game for the season. Onto the wing, off the left. He just overdid what he was trying to do then. Hall presented himself, but when the bad bounce came, he had to take on about 4 and he couldn't. Bradley pushing through the centre. Hickmott, the other target. Hudson did really well to spoil. Peckett in the congestion. Hudson did well, floated the handball. This is Zilla going down the ground. Just puts it up. Stuart Lowe and Carr. Carr has taken the mark. Stuart hurt himself.
It was good play by Stuart Lowe, though. He just took his opponent out of the game in Silvani. Just took him out of play so that his teammate, as you'll see here, he sort of went, but I'm not sure. And he held himself back. Now, whether Silvani actually shepherded him out or not, but certainly allowed.
Stewie's running around. You can see him there. He's recovering. Meantime, the shot at goal is away to the right. Carr, that's his second bad miss of the night.
When you watch him settle and start his run in, the ball goes left to right, left to right, left to right. It really has to be held straight over your boot, and you've got to run in a direct line for the middle of the goals. So he'll have some goal kicking practice during the week, I'm sure. Christou kicks in, and it's taken by Camporelli. He's allowed to run 10 or 15 metres directly down towards the half-back line. Push out by Hudson, maybe. Not allowed. He gets it off to Jones. Jones in towards half-forward. The spillage should be gathered by the Blues. It was taken by Christou. Got the handball to Lappin. Lappin goes down the line, and O'Reilly takes a very good mark. Had to stretch for it.
Look at Matty Allen.
Matty Allen is the target, and Matty Allen will get it. And he's got Hickwat in the pocket, but he decides to go in towards half-forward proper, and the mark is taken by Koutafidis. Always looks as though he's going in about second or third gear, Anthony Koutafidis, but gets the ball and usually does something with it.
A great play by Matty Allen. He's just so elusive, like Spider Everett, just standing around the middle of the ground. Allen's inside 50 receiving the ball.
Koutafidis from directly in front. The Blues trail by 3 points. 5-10 St Kilda, 5-7 the Blues. Last minute of play in the first half. Smashing goal by Koutafidis. Second goal of this match to Koutafidis, and after being relatively quiet in this term with just 4 kicks, he had 10 in the first quarter. He's now kicked a couple of goals and wrenched away the lead from the Saints. The Blues lead 43-40.
Well, he must have been listening to us, Robbo, because he obviously needed a bit of a wake-up call, and he did, and he's kicked a goal that really, an important one just before half-time, which will give them a bit of a lift as they go in.
So Tim Watson and the St Kilda match committee, you're obviously disappointed in allowing Carlton to get a goal in the last minute of play before half-time. Let's see what happens in the last 30 seconds. Thompson has a bit of time. He went for the handball option. Ozzie Jones, he might be able to kick this. Let's see if he can really return to form. Ozzie Jones! Oh, don't tell me, another poster.
Is that 5?
Yeah, 4 to St Kilda and 1 to Carlton. Ozzie is playing a slashing game. Second quarter particularly has been excellent. And I just thought he might be able to nail that one. 6 kicks he's had in this quarter, and he had said 9 and 2 for the match.
It would have been a really good, inspiring sort of uplifter just before half-time, just to let Carlton know that we're right in this game.
I agree with you. Matthew Allen couldn't take the kick in. Thompson smothered. Mansfield missed it. Harvey scrambling, so is Mansfield. And this may be the last play of the first half. It will be. There is the siren, Nathan Burke, giving Robert Harvey and Andrew Thompson, Brett Moyle, just a little bit of encouragement, pats on the back for his teammates, because he can see that their efforts so far in this game have to be complimented. They trail by just 2 points. They've had plenty of chances, Jim.
Oh yeah, definitely. And look, they've been good. They've been getting the ball inside 50, probably a little bit more than Carlton, and the forwards are taking marks. And I'm pretty impressed, and I think they'll be very, very enlightening for this next half.
The lead changed 6 times in that quarter. Carlton leading at the end of it by 2 points.
St Kilda, because they just had a really a red hot go all night, and the pressure St Kilda, because they just had a really a red hot go all night, and the pressure's been fantastic. If only they could just kick those goals, buddy.
Yes, they need to. Although the stats, of course, of the third quarter, apart from last week, haven't been all that good for St Kilda. But the third quarter and the second half is underway. The Mansfield, Camporelli and Bradley working it well. Fletcher on the ground. and unloading to a vacant forward line of just Lance Whitnell and Darryl Wakeland, and Whitnell kept it in. Oh, don't tell me it's going to bounce through. Oh! Lappin got beat to it.
What about the bounce? You wouldn't believe that, would you? I mean, the oval ball is so unpredictable that I guess you should believe it, but this is amazing.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, even if you look at the way the ball came over the back here for Whitnell, and it just got it in. He just kicked it on just inside
Kept it
the
alive,
line.
didn't he? Which was
He did, and it just bounced, and that it looks like that grass has been relayed again, so it's a little bit softer, so the ball will sit up, and Lappin was the opportunist. He just got his foot to it.
Pretty smart too, wasn't it? You know, I mean, he was never going to grab it, was he? He had to hack it out of there.
And he kept on the inside of his player, goal side.
So the first goal of the second half to the Blues. Allen gets left hand to it. Fletcher feeds it off to Hickmott. Hickmott, left foot shot towards the full forward area. Whitnell gathers. Shot at goal by Lance Whitnell. 2 quick goals for the Blues? No. Bounces to the left of the goalpost down there and through for a behind.
Well, they've had 2 quick centre bounce clearances, and Whitnell, who I thought has been fairly quiet up till now, is really just starting to stamp his authority on the game.
Justin Peckett with the football.
Kudafet is now playing on Stuart Lowe.
Goes short and finds Trianides. Can go into the middle, and it's not a bad kick either. At the feet there of Begley, not able to take the mark. Still the Saints. Delaney gets the ball to Peckett. Don't forget that Peckett kicked the ball in from the behind and then kicks it forward. Big punch by Beaumont, gathered by Moyle, well tackled by Rice. In a disputed situation at half forward, Thompson missed with the hand pass. Little kick off the ground. Did that go 10 metres? It's been marked by Knowles and it was paid.
Probably 9.99. But just while we have a break, you were mentioning there that the third quarter for Carlton is normally their big quarter. Last week they set their win up and Kilda kicked 3 goals. But don't forget St. Kilda, last week they kicked 8 goals in 20 minutes in the third quarter.
Important kick for the Saints from Brett Knowles. He misses to the left when the Saints really could have done with an accurate kick on that occasion. A couple of behinds kicked by Knowles in this game, and Manton off the ground, as is Heatley for St Kilda. So would that be a set plan? He plays on Heatley, so when Heatley comes off, he goes off too?
It could have been, yeah, just to get the matchups right.
Oh, good mark, Kudafidis. Danger signs, I reckon, early in this second half. The Blues just look a little bit more focused and tuned in than they did in the first. Whitnell again was the target from the Bradley kick. Hamill trying to barge through. Well tackled, Hudson. Their defence have been very committed tonight, St Kilda.
Free kick here.
Yeah, going St Kilda's way to Hudson.
Very fortunate. But I wouldn't write off St Kilda. I think, you know, they went in at half-time feeling pretty good about themselves.
No, they have been very committed, as we've said tonight, but Carlton just looking a little sharper than they did in the first half. Harvey through the middle. Carr. Hall's down there, but Allen has pushed back, so they can't go along to Hall. He does go along to Hall. Actually directed it pretty well in the end, the kick, but look at all those Carlton players around him. And as a result, all the St Kilda players are across half forward.
Everett's got to get down there. Everett's got to be drawing a player to him.
Well, Lowe's down there as well now, so is Hall, but there's a lot of Carlton players back. Goes for Lowe. Oh, it wasn't a good kick.
Shocking kick.
Bradley takes the mark. And he's away and running through centre half back. Plenty of space in front of him. Oh! Spider came late, but he got it off. McKay, he'll use Whitnell. He's got Lappin pushing into the square, goes short for Hamill. Was that in the back? No. Burke. Trianides. That's well spotted through centre half back. It does open up for the Saints, and that's a good kick. Thompson takes the mark. Goes long. Hall. One-on-one this time at least with Silvani. Again at ground level though, Carlton with the numbers. Camporelli close to the line. And very close to the line.
Good pressure.
He's not happy with missing that target.
Well, that is an indication because Camporelli usually spots his teammate in those circumstances.
Begley setting it up. Hall lurking. Rice. He's going to be gone. Did he get hand or foot to it? The umpire said obviously he did. Thought he might have been in trouble. Thought it could have been a Saints free. Camporelli again has been superb. That time he hits Mansfield. Free ball It does open up for the Blues now. And Lappin is clear and will take the mark. Now, I wouldn't mind having another look at that decision at the other end of the ground, or non-decision.
Which you thought was not a handball?
Well, I thought he had prior opportunity, so therefore he had to get ball to boot or to hand. Whether he did or not, I'd have to see a replay to make a judgment. But anyway, on the rebound, Carlton have screamed forward and Matty Lappin to shoot for goal. It wasn't a great looking kick, but it did the job. And the Blues get the all-important first 2 of the second half.
It just shows you how dangerous Carlton are when they get a turnover in the back line. They're just so quick, and Freeborn was just all on his own in the middle there.
Here's the Moyle tackle. Did he get hand to it?
Didn't
he was given the opportunity there, wasn't he? And he was probably a bit lucky.
Yeah, I think he was. But just have a look. Like, they've been inside 50, St. Kilda, but they just can't polish it. They can't finish it off.
Well, Matthew Lappin, who'd only had 4 touches in the first half, has kicked the first 2 goals of the second half. Big punch by Hickmott. Chance here for Allen. Allen kicks it forward. It bounces and bounces through for behind. 1 goal 2 to Matthew Allen. Leading goal kickers for the Blues are Koutafidis, 2 first half goals, and Lappin, 2 goals in this early part of the third term. Robert Harvey goes to himself, and then he's going to be forced to kick with the left. It's come off. Mark taken there by Wakelin, and then the kick away by Jones is all right. Finds Hudson wide at a left half back. 57 plays 42. The Saints now have to answer the challenge thrown at them by the Blues. Jones from behind the wing kicks with precision. Well done. Gave it to Thompson. In turn to young Moyle, and his kick has found Hall. So Barry Hall, the chance to answer for St Kilda.
And they worked that all the way down without Carlton touching it, didn't they?
And it was good. Aussie Jones just did a lot of running. He started off deep in defence, and he just ran really hard to get out on his own there on the wing, which just allowed him to get a nice, and his drill pass was beautiful, nice and low, and it just makes such a difference in the balls coming in that quick to your forward line.
It was actually Blake that got the hand pass to Moyle, but we're watching Barry Hall kick for goal, and he has missed.
Well, they will never win matches if they kick like they have tonight.
He's kicked 4 behinds, Barry Hall.
And their inside 50s are about 40 to 30. So they've got the ball inside 50 10 more times than Carlton, and they're losing.
Bradley. Cooters in short.
Other side of the ground is vacant.
Cooter tonight has had 16 possessions and 7 marks.
They're going to go over there now.
Here's the switch. Pushing very deep, Chris do. Well, they have got players
And Allen.
loose, and Allen will go against Peckett. Now that is a big mismatch in height. Camporelli giving them some drive, takes them on, breaks the lines open. Everett's pushed back, so a big bomb wasn't the option there. Went short. Hamill's kick was very good. And spotting up Hume in the pocket. That was good thinking, even though it didn't look very attractive. Everett had pushed back to the goal square, so there was no use bombing it into the square. Now the little pass, oh, it wasn't a good kick. Wakelin. Desperate to get the handball off to try and Edie's. The Saints to run it across half back again. Moyle. Well picked up by Lowe. He had to fend Rattenau, and then he couldn't get ball to boot very well. Harvey kept his foot, but Mansfield, clever little knock. Hickmott gets them inside again. Well, Wakelin got rid of Wakelin. Wakelin got rid of Whitnell, I should say. Burke clearing it again. Blues have numbers here. Mansfield just got a hand to it. Bradley kicked it very quickly. Moyle, well gathered. Used Harvey. Harvey's got Jones. He's got 5 metres to work in. Everett's pushing forward. He'll go for Spider. It wasn't a good kick. And Lappin gets back to spoil. It was not a good kick from Aussie Jones. He really needed to give it a bit more height, a bit more air.
It was good by Everett, though. He he saw that Allen was down one end, and he took a risk, went forward to try and get down there on his own.
Matthew Lappin did a pretty good job though, didn't he? Because he was confronted with conceding many centimetres. Chance for Harvey, handball over the top, Zilla gets his boot to it, kicks it to the goal square, and just manages to score a behind for St Kilda. Stephen Zilla's first score in the game, that behind. And the Saints get their 14th. They've kicked 3 behinds. The Blues have kicked a couple of goals, 2 goals too in this third term. Silvani accepts the kick in and goes short again and finds Christou still inside his defensive 50, looking maybe to switch, and he goes in towards half-back. May break down, but Hickbott gathered it well and then kicks it down towards the wing. McKay, can they get the loose man on? Andrew McKay, he's got to go into the centre, and he finds Beaumont. Beaumont, the hand pass away to Rice. Rice, terrific kick. Beautiful kick, because Wakeland was there right on the tail of Lance Whitnell, but the kick had lots of precision on it. Mansfield off the ground, Franchina back on for the Blues.
Hayes has also come on.
We're watching Lance Whitnell. He's kicked one, and his kick is as bad as Stuart Lowe's was in the second term. He's missed everything, out of bounds on the full. So the free kick will be taken by Max Hudson. Hudson is in the left back pocket for St Kilda. Haven't managed to kick a goal so far in the term. Did he run over the man on the mark? They've kept it alive, the Blues. Now the umpire's awarded a free kick. I reckon St Kilda fans would have gone absolutely berserk there, because I thought maybe Hamill ran over the mark to smother the ball in the first place. This is the incident that the Blues, Hamill's attack on Hudson was crude and illegal, according to the umpire. And again, he ran over the mark.
Surely he had to be given more room there than he was.
That was what he was shaking his head about. St Kilda's kick from defence, it may have come there from Hayes, out on the full. It goes to Whitnell. Whitnell to kick the Blues back into within 50 metres, and a contest back out towards the wing. The mark taken by Thompson to Harvey.
So the Saints going forward again. Hall charging out. Silvani read it beautifully. Spiked it away. Thompson trying to barge through, but he was just overwhelmed by numbers. Blues carrying it again, using Whitnell. Just lobbed it over. Counter rally. Fletcher on the end of it. Allen's propped up 30 metres out. Now, it was a bit easy in the end. And he's missed.
I've never seen so many bad misses in a game of football that is only 2.5 quarters old.
No, I've got to agree, but look, Peter Everett's just not having a good game today. He's just letting his opponent run free all the time and run deep. But he's really got to go forward. I think they've made a bit of a change, Lowe and Everett. But Everett needs to be deep. He hasn't really made an impact on the ball. And it's time for him to go forward and maybe create something.
Ozzie Jones did well there. He kicked the ball in and then accepted from Hudson. But the Blues have got the players at ground level. It's Bradley, and he thumps it back into the forward 50. No mark, spillage. Saints still a chance to keep it alive. Well done, Trionides, run down by Lappin. Put pressure on the following St Kilda player. Moyle did well. Punched forward there by Delaney. Opportunity for Lowe. Breaks the tackle from McKay. Handball wide. Moyle for his second. No, unselfishly. Well done. That's a mark. A mark to Lenny Hayes.
I was about to say last week Lenny Hayes was a terrific player, and this week he just hasn't really been on the ball. Hasn't had a lot of it. He has had 7 possessions to this point. And it's people like him, Trionides, Peter Everett, that just got to give them something more out there.
So Lenny Hayes going for St Kilda's first goal of the second half. Important shot at goal. He must capitalise here. And he gets a goal for St Kilda, their 6th.
So it's taken a while to get that one. Be interested to see at what point they kicked the last one. I think it was at the 22nd minute.
Second quarter, late in the second term.
22nd minute.
So they've gone dry for probably nearly a quarter.
Yep.
6-14 to 8 goals 10. The Blues lead by 8 points early in the third quarter.
So finally St Kilda found the middle. Let's see what happens this time. Burke Up and under. Blues through McKay had the best position, but Aussie Jones, who's playing a terrific match, speeding through, good kick too, plenty of penetration, and Barry Hall has taken the mark. Although, he's gone backwards, that's all right, to Lenny Hayes. I think Barry didn't want to have another shot at goal.
Jones, a la 1998, was it?
Have a look at the St Kilda
7.
players, the centre-half forward, really congratulating each other, trying to keep up the pressure on the Blues.
Barry Hall's kicked 4 behinds tonight. No wonder he passed it to Lenny Hayes. Hayes has kicked 1 straight, so he is dead-eyed tonight for the Saints. Now he's got 2 straight, and they're back in it again.
Well, that's exactly what St Kilda have needed. Someone to get in there and win the centre bounce clearance and get it forward quickly. And Everett started it off, got a good tap. They got numbers to the ball and they got it in quick. And it was just a beautiful play there by Aussie Jones, who just split through the middle and a beautiful deep kick on his left foot that really left Silvani. There was nothing he could do there. Well,
Little bit of loose check
2 points in it.
Allow Hayes the chance to get into space there. Well, you wouldn't read the faces of the coach's box, I'm sure, but after Carlton kicked the first 2 goals of the third term, the Saints have hit back, and it's still a margin of less than a goal. Nathan Burt, run down by Ratton. Thompson gets the ball out wide. Peckett's kick is good. Trianides. Caught with the ball was Begley. Gathered here by Beaumont. Gets the hand pass to Bradley. Gets past and then decides to go wide, and the mark is taken by Freeborn. Freeborn spots a player and kicks it in the direction of Hamill. At the back there, Hickmott. The bounce favours Hickmott. Lovely hand pass. Franchina's kick finds Lappin, and Lappin should go in and get his 3rd goal of the quarter. Matthew Lappin misses. Can you believe? Say no more.
that was terrible.
Hey, Dipper. Is it windy or anything down there, Dipper? Is there anything that can excuse the players?
There's no excuse for that. There is absolutely no excuse for it.
It's a bit, though, it's like a bit of a virus. Once it starts, it's very difficult to stop.
Yeah.
Players then start to be a little bit more tentative when they're kicking.
8-11 to 7-14, Blues by 3.
It's a whistle. What's that? I think it's going to come down to centre-half back and a free kick to St Kilda. I tell you what, they were lucky because the kicking was a shocker.
I wish I could say, boys, that
That's a Carlton for us.
It must be against Spider Everett, is it?
Oh, they've given up. No.
I wish I could say it's windy down here, but it's just perfect conditions, obviously, with the roof shut. Just bad kicking tonight by both sides.
Dipper, while you're talking, you didn't see what happened there that gave the free kick to Whitnell?
The Whitnell's having to do a word to Everett about it.
Now Whitnell's on his own again. A lot of confusion there.
Well, it's in pretty good hands. Scott Camporelli, lovely long kick, hooks it off to the left, and he looks up inquisitively at the, well, there's nothing to look at because the roof is over the stadium here at Colonial, and you would wonder really why these players are missing so many easy shots at goal. The kick-in has been marked by Everett.
So Everett just had to hook the kick at the last second there. It wasn't a great one, but Hayes did really well to open it up. Gee, Knowles, great stroke there. Oh, it wasn't a good kick for Hall. Really made him work hard, but he's just about gone, Silvani. Hall, Moyle, open goal. Can he drill it? Yes, he can! Saints are in front! Saints are alive at Colonial Stadium.
Well, it's unbelievable. All these young kids, Moyle, Blake, Begley, and Beetham, played less than 10 games, the whole lot of them. And they're just getting on the end of it now and really inspiring the St Kilda team. With Hall there just setting it up. Just well kicked, just beautiful, just low, let the
Smart again, wasn't it?
The ball do the work rather than the leg.
Yep. Well, he's been able to do something that a lot of others have been unable to do. That's kicked accurately. 8-14 to 8-12, Saints by 2 points. Very ordinary bounce. Blues may get clear from this centre congestion. Allen, confusion, gathered by Hayes. Got the ball to Thompson. Thompson's kicking towards the half-forward area. Now the race is on. Jones with speed. Lets himself down a little.
He didn't even have to do that.
Well,
he burst through that pack with so much speed.
He's on such a high, though, isn't he? You can see, I know that wasn't a great effort as far as his kick goes and his decision-making, but he is pumped at the moment.
I have to go back and cover myself, Hutto. I didn't give credit to Blake there. Blake was the player that forced that forward for Jones to have a shot and kicking it out of bounds on the full.
Blues under a bit of pressure here. Obviously, they're being well harassed. Again, Franchina. Everett, he had a couple to get it over to. Hayes was the man he chose. He just a little bit sloppy there, Everett. Made it hard for Lenny Hayes. You're gone just about, Andrew McKay. Just got it away in time. I'd like to see that again too.
And Franchina just handballed that
straight over the line.
I think Franchina may have thought that McKay was going to run back down the line a bit as a handball target.
He just got a handball to it, McKay, didn't he? And saved his bacon on that occasion. Harvey from a standing start. Silvani in front that time of Barry Hall. He's trying to get off, trying to get the run. Shouldn't be 50 because Silvani was trying to shrug away and get them moving.
Spider Everett, you just got to be more accountable.
Allen on the way out. Whitnell pushing right up the ground to provide a target. Lenny Hayes, Harvey. The idea was good, but execution.
Do you reckon the air that we locked in here when we put the roof over has become a problem?
Well, a lot of science.
Well, I'm trying to work out why all the shots at goal are missing and we're kicking out of bounds on the full.
I wasn't quite sure what you were talking about there, Robert.
Oh, dear.
Hickmott takes the mark.
Hickmott is on centre wing. He's got no one really to kick to. There's no one on the mark, so he pops it up into the pocket. Houghton couldn't take it, but he pushed his opponent out. His opponent was Wakeland, and Wakeland will take the free kick for St Kilda. He plays on quickly. Trianides. Handball over the top to Nathan Burke. Burke goes short. They've kept possession of the ball well. Zilla back to Burke. Burke straightens up. Kicks to a contest at centre half forward. No contest. Barry Hall. And here goes the Ozman. Big Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Jones goes in. The goal of the year by Aussie Jones.
Aussie at his best.
I'll tell you, he's covered 60 metres there with 2 bounces. But it was a great, great play.
He's one of the players that I think everybody likes to see flowing. When he plays football, Aussie Jones style, everyone jumps to their feet.
That's inspiring. We took him on, had a look around, just kept going. Bradley fell away. And that's just the sort of inspiration that St Kilda are looking for now. As they had a good chance of a win here, but just keep this pressure on.
Well, I didn't think he was going to stop then. I thought he was going to go up the aisle, keep going out onto the road. Saints in front by 8. Pressure on the Blues now. Blake pushing across half-back. Free kick downfield. Carlton opportunity coming up the score. I think it'll be Freeborn to take it.
That was rather indiscreet there back at the centre too when St Kilda have got the momentum behind them.
Was it Everett?
I'm not sure who it was. Franchina went down, but...
I think it's Everett. Let's have a look. No, maybe it was Zilla off the... Oh, no, that's it there.
Yeah. No need to do it.
Freeborn.
Just a bit frustrated.
From outside 50. Won't make it. And a behind conceded.
Matthew Allen, who's been playing really good tonight, is off the ground at the moment. Monkhurst is now on the ground, not playing the ruck. He's just playing a loose man in the back line at the moment. So,
well, I guess they're trying to save up Matty Allen for the last quarter.
Monkhurst will get this.
Oh, dropped short. Did pretty well at the end. Here's Aussie again, streaming out of defence, and he gets decked.
no, nothing in there.
He's been booked. He's been booked.
He's been booked.
He's been booked.
The ball was kicked. It was just silly.
What's he done? A crude shepherd?
He's coming to shepherd after the ball was kicked. It was just silly.
How'd you like to be the headphones?
Well,
they'd be reverberating a little, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, you'd be keeping about an inch away from your ears.
Oh, even more?
50-metre penalty.
I reckon he could hear Tim without the headphones.
50-metre penalty not paid. Now it is.
Well, there's obviously misunderstanding here then, Hutto.
Yeah, the umpire
with
was
Jason Heatley.
I think he forgot.
Bradley
The
coming off
crowd
the
would
ground.
remind him, boys. The crowd would tell him the umpire 50 metres if you reported him.
See, the coach is saying, oh dear, we've done everything right to get from a couple of goals down back into the lead with all the players playing good disciplined footy and a couple of indiscretions by a very experienced player in Peter Everett.
And I remember it like today, I watched Nathan Buckley and he did the same thing, sort of got a bit frustrated because he wasn't getting as much of the ball as he normally would.
O'Reilly with the job to try and break the goal-kicking drought.
Mongrel kick.
Of the ground, and he does it. 1 point the difference.
What a mongrel kick for a goal.
I totally agree, but when those beautiful drop punts are not going through,
Well, that's
maybe
fair.
that's the way to do it. Maybe the air is a bit different under this roof.
Well, I tell you what, I reckon that'll be brought up, Jimmy, because we had the roof off here for the first half. We've shut the roof, and you wonder what effect it has. We should have
still
ideal...
missing though in the first quarter and second. They hit the post 4 times in the first half.
But we should have ideal conditions now, and there shouldn't be any excuse for missing, should there?
Totally agree.
9-14, 9-13, a point to the advantage of the Saints. Monkhorst runs straight at his opponent and tries to provide a contest, which is all the coach will be looking for, and no centre clearance affected by either side, the umpire to rebounce. Some faces there, some worried faces in the Blues camp.
It's really important now with Monkhorst on the ball, but I tell you, Spider Everett reminded me of Alan Jakovic when he was playing with Melbourne. He'd be on top and he'd can't give away a free kick, then he'd 50-metre penalty, then another one. Oh.
Well, you must be disciplined because it's not just 16 or 15 players, it's the whole 18, perhaps even the 22 when they come on. McKay from half-back, kicks to half-forward. Gathered out there by Blake, his kick towards half-forward, mark taken by Hall, prepared to share it around. Lenny Hayes in towards the full-forward area, Silvani grabbed by the jumper, back goes Mansfield. Blues a chance to clear. Mansfield's kick was important, but the kick was too high for Camporelli. Delaney, Moyle, short kick by Moyle's all right. Spotted Hall. Hall is 50 metres from goal. It'll take a good kick to score.
He did well there, Moyle, because Silvani was back in the goal square on his own. He may not have made a distance on his left foot.
Harvey providing a lead. Ignored by Barry Hall. Yet to kick a goal in this match. He's kicked 4 behinds. Gets under it a little. Lobs it right in the square and eventually through for a behind. So I guess we'll give Barry Hall credit for the fact that he kicked another one. That's 5 behinds on no goals yet.
Well, another one that will make a goal.
That's true. Saints lead by 2.
Just going about it the hard way, Robbo.
Christo out to the wing. Monkhorst. Harvey over the top. Free kick to Monkhorst. Gets Koutafidis. Delaney goes for Hall again. Let's see if it's 6-time lucky for Barry Hall, or will he try and lay it off again?
It'll have to be time now. Sorry, Anthony. It'll have to be time now to move Beaumont, I reckon, off Hall.
Well, Hall could have really... I mean, he has cut them up. He just hasn't been able to convert. He's taken 10 marks, Barry Hall. Maybe this time. Yes! It's through. Barry Hall has 1 goal 5, and the Saints are 10-15-75. The Blues are 9-13-67, closing down on the end of a very frenetic third quarter.
Well, the little bit of work that Monkhorst has done today, he's come on instead of Everett, and he's actually given them something. Got a free kick, got a couple of clearances now.
That was a good free kick that time. You could see on the replay, they're hanging on with the jumper.
So the umpire to restart play with 3/4 of a minute left in the third quarter. Monkhorst and Houghton. Thompson can't break away. Ratton gets an effective left foot to it. Kicks it out wide. Important bounce. Bradley, no, not clear there by Blake. Jones into the path of Thompson. Hand pass. Trianides. Nearly run down by Christou. Gave away a bit of ground there to Aussie Jones. looking to get a hand pass away, succeeds in doing that. And Trianides kicks the ball straight to his opponent, who is Mansfield, away from Stuart Lowe.
50.
No, that's shocking.
That's over-umpiring, isn't it?
That's terrible.
Over-umpiring.
Beaumont is coming
Won't
off
make
the
any
ground
difference.
now and Manton's on.
It really won't make any difference because it's soaking up the clock. There's only seconds left.
No, he's blown time on, I think.
Well, there's only 15 seconds left, so Mansfield's kick has got to be marked by a Carlton player, and it is. It's Koutafidis. Play on, he'll kick a goal anyway, won't he? He does. You wouldn't believe it, will you? 15 seconds left and they've got a goal to get back to within a goal at three-quarter time.
Disappointing though. And obviously you take every opportunity you can, and Carlton did the right thing, but when an umpire gives away a 50-minute penalty like that and it costs you a goal, it's pretty difficult to swallow. And as you can see, Tim Watson on the boundary there just trying to keep his players pumped for this last quarter and making sure they're all okay.
Well, we need to have another look at what caused it, don't we?
That's a mark too. That was a mark. The umpire didn't see that either. No. Didn't matter because he was probably advantaged by the fact that he could play on.
Last couple of seconds then of the quarter, there will not be any more score. And St Kilda will go in at three-quarter time, leading by 2 points. 10-15 to 10-13. So what a quarter. The inaccuracy continued. The Saints kicked 5 goals 4, and the Blues kicked 4 goals 6. And at the end of it all, St Kilda are in front, and they lead by just 2 points.
The key is that St Kilda players have to give Everett the chances.
And he's got Manton on him, so...
But if the midfield of the Blues get on top, anyway, you'll be starved of opportunities.
Zilla's done a good job on Ratton all night. Monkhurst to Jones, who's been superb. Knowles, little kick, didn't go too far. Camporelli, outnumbered. Well done by Harvey. Was that over the shoulder? No, beat them. They did well, though. They worked it well. Quick kick. Thompson low behind in the end. O'Reilly with him. A couple of experienced players there. Speaking of experience, Bradley onto the wing. Cotton wanted a free. Doesn't get it. Blake rode the bump. Had an option inboard. Decides to kick it long. They've had some marking forwards. One of them's been hauled. Couldn't take it that time. Moyle came through. Just couldn't lay it off to a teammate. Gee, that was thrown out of the pack. McKay. Close to the boundary. Good work by the Saints. Did it being desperate. Thompson gets the plaudits that time and Zilla sees it out.
I'll keep you up to date with the benches here. We've got Rice, Beaumont, Houghton and Francina, and Carr, Begley, Heatley and also Justin Peckett.
Interesting to see Peckett still on the bench. Whether he'll come back or not, we'll find out soon, I suppose. Jones, Bradley, Cooter.
It's rugby style, isn't it? Trying to force it forward.
Burke did that pretty well. They'll just try and take it into the boundary, you would think. Both sides happy to see it out.
But there's plenty of fire in the belly now for St Kilda, and if you look at players like Jones and Hall, you know, they're 2 players that really get them lift in that third quarter, but there's plenty of them there that can just bring them home if they really just keep themselves focused on what they're all about here tonight.
Low, good tap. That time tapped it to the advantage of his teammates. Knowles, Chinese, going to look around. Ball's coming in his direction. Stood up pretty well. Grabbed it. Had Hall in support. Barry Hall is clear. Can he kick another goal? He likes it. He pops it up and puts it through. So the Saints get the first one of the last quarter. And we have got a contest at Colonial Stadium. 38,000 people, and they are making one heck of a lot of noise.
It was good play. They just worked hard to get the footy off that contest and the boundary throw-in, and Trianides gave them a contest, and Hall just picked up the brakes, and it's a good kick, good goal.
Well, he's been pretty good for most of the night, Barry Hall. Not big stats. He's taken 10 marks. 2 goals, 5. Could have been anything, couldn't it?
Well, he had 6 marks in the third quarter.
Blues get the ball up to their half-forward line. Fletcher does well, and the kick has been paid as a mark, has it? The kick by Fletcher off the ground hit Hamill on the chest, and Hamill has the chance to bring it back to a 2-point ball game.
Well, that was an important move there by Carlton. They had to get the ball out of the centre. I'm just looking in the centre now. I think that's Allen. He's obviously his back is playing up a little bit. He hasn't had much of a break. I think he had 1 rest.
They'd be disappointed, St Kilda, with that centre break, I reckon, Jimmy, because they actually had players around the ball. but no one actually picked it up.
Yep.
Hamill going for his second goal. Hamill kicks for goal, and he's missed.
Well, if St. Kilda don't win this, they won't be blaming poor kicking because both sides have been kicking poorly.
7 points the margin in favour of St. Kilda, and the players continue to kick inaccurately on a ground that is supposed to be, with the roof closed, absolutely perfect. Chance here for Hamill. He dispossessed Wakeland, then went with the left and coughed it up to Harvey. A little bit too clever there, Hamill. There was a risk, and he missed his target. Harvey looking to give it off. Kicks in the direction of Lowe. Back goes Christou. Just put Stuart Lowe off. Handball over the top. Well played there by Beetham. Lowe just waits the kick towards half forward. Moyle. Mansfield. Mansfield hanging on. In goes Silvani and forces a boundary throw in.
Gee, Moyle.
The fans not happy with that one.
Gee, Moyle hit that contest hard then, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he was clever. He knew he was going to get tackled, so he just handballed it out in front. And you know, for a young kid who's played only a few games, it's very impressive.
Boundary throw in, and the Blues trying to get the ball clear of their half-back line. Mansfield, Koutafidis, Thompson over the top. Ball spills out the back. Hume handballs it down the line. Harvey, Christou shrugs the tackle. Handball off Thompson. Jones, Aussie. Left foot kick by Jones, a high one to the goal front. Contest, Koutafidis. Here's a chance for the Blues. O'Reilly too high, that kick. Fletcher goes back with Blake. Blake falls over. Fletcher out wide, goes for the safety of the boundary line, and he finds it and he looks back. Oh, he was a worried young fella then, because the umpire gave the all clear for boundary throwing.
Well, in those situations, you just got to keep your feet at all costs.
Low, Harvey, brilliant play, Harvey. One-on-one haul beaten by Silvani. Harvey is just trying to carry the Saints home. He's had plenty of support tonight. He's going to need more of it. Christou. Well, he kicks it to a one-on-one. Hudson with Hamill, locked him up, but gee, Hamill was strong. Freeborn, good penetration. Will go over Monkhurst's head. Whitnell stayed up, so did Delaney. He's going to have to be very good here, Delaney. He was under a lot of pressure. He had a few plays to give it to, but he just had so much pressure that he couldn't get a decent pass off. Christou coming off the ground, replaced by Rice. 7 points the difference. St Kilda hanging on. 11-15 to 10-14. Early stages of the last quarter. Monkhurst clear, but it's a free kick. It's going St Kilda's way.
In the back.
I think it's gone the other way.
It's going to Carlton.
Yeah, against Monkhurst, I think.
It wasn't the umpire.
He pointed.
It was the umpire from back near the centre.
Ah, back near the centre. Yep. You're right there, Robert.
He's overruled the umpire on the scene at the boundary throw-in.
Well, we'll watch it again on a replay before commenting, but they're hard enough to judge from 2 metres out. Good looking kick off the boot, just gone across a bit further though. So Whitnell, Hamill off and Beaumont on. Whitnell has the same disease as the others. They both grabbed onto each other. That is absolutely extraordinary.
Ridiculous.
Soft.
Whitnell tonight has had 13 kicks, 3 handballs, 6 marks, has kicked 1 goal, 3. Aussie Jones, if you've just started watching the telecast, kicked an absolutely sensational goal in the 3rd quarter. Burke looks for Wakeland, should take it, does, decides to take himself on straight away. Not a good kick for Hall though, it was to the wrong side.
Played well, Silvani. Takes the mark and temporarily holds up the St Kilda onslaught. Freeborn to Rice. Rice has got to kick this to the advantage of the forward. It's Whitnell, and he's got his hands on it. Dragged off the ball, and Ratton knocks it clear. Beaumont's kick smothered. Whitnell. Can Whitnell scramble a goal? It goes all the way for a goal. 1 point. No, it scores a level.
Well, I even thought there was a bit of jumper holding there, and he could have got a free kick, but umpires let it go. But he just stayed in the contest. As you'll see here, he lost his feet. sort of tapped it out. Everyone was jumping, it got blocked, and it's actually a bit of a fortunate kick because it didn't really float anyway. It just went straight.
Another one of those helicopter ones, Jimmy.
Well, we've got a great game on our hands here.
Oh, what would be going through Tim Watson's mind after what he went through last week? Well, we're going to face the same scenario. Will it come down to just one kick? Still plenty of time to go. The umpire's gone down on his backside again. The Blues are out of the middle. Koutafidis to Whitnell. Play on is the call. Lappin. Oh, he's swinging a miss. Hume had the time. Gets it up. Beaumont crashing to the ground. Made it hard for Whitnell. This is Ratton. Had a quiet night. Zilla's done well on him, but he opens it up for Hickmott. The Blues are in front.
Shocking kick again.
By just a point. 11-16 to 11-15.
Still plenty of time. 14 minutes left in the game. Just the swinging and swaying, isn't it? The momentum swinging one way. It was with Carlton early in the third quarter. St Kilda hit back, got the lead at three-quarter time, and they look as though they were steadying, and the Blues have hit back. Traianides kicks in. It'll be a mark to Freeborn. No, he couldn't take it. Gathered by Wakeland. Gathered by Harvey. Harvey's little kick misses Hudson. Important possession here. Bradley hacks it out of the air. The mark is taken by Thompson. Bradley nearly could have gathered the ball there. Thompson with the footy goes short. Finds Harvey. And now it's all down to the disciplines of the 18 players. Who can bring home the bacon? Watson desperate for another few points for St Kilda. They've only got 2 out of 9 games. Delaney forced to kick with the left, does a pretty good job, gets it to half forward, spills to the back. Allen gathers on the ground. Camporelli, McKay, and it will be thrown in left half forward for St Kilda, about 75 metres around from their goal.
I'm just trying to figure out, Allen is dropping back on his own, and really they've got to go and man up blokes like that, not let him be an extra man in defence.
Hickett's back on the ground for St Kilda. Camporelli. Oh, there's a free. The umpire didn't see it. Hudson had manhandled Beaumont. Close to the line. Hayes overrunning it there. Pretty poorly in the end. It's tough out there. McKay loves it in the clinches, and it's out of bounds.
Got Hickmott down the forward pocket on his own.
Traianides jumping back there now quickly, Jim. Must have heard you.
11-16 to 11-15. 12 and a half minutes on the clock. Still they go with Monkhorst in the ruck, the Saints. Everett in the goal square. Barry Hall at centre-half forward. Moyle, Stuart Lowe making up the forward line for the Saints at the other end. Hickmott playing out of the square. Whitnell, of course. Fletcher also forward. Monkhorst did well with the bodywork. The tap, though, went straight to Kuda. Here's Whitnell lurking. Didn't take it. Peckett got through. Laid it off to Knowles. Aussie Jones so often does. Balked around onto his right. Gee, tough one for Moyle. Did well to compete. He had 3 to beat, though. And the smother was great from Beetham. The youngsters, Beetham and Moyle. Hudson stands up. Oh, he didn't punch. Should have punched. Beaumont sets it up. Whitnell's got a yard on Wakeland. Did well to compete. Did very well. Traianides didn't know Hickmott was there. Hickmott kept his footing. Gets it out to Hume. Scruffy looking kick. Across the face. Delaney concedes the behind. That was good thinking. Better to be a behind than out on the full. Hume can't believe it.
What if you lose by a point?
Well, it gives you possession, doesn't it, at the moment? There's still 11 and a half minutes to go.
I don't know. I think I'd have forced a boundary throw in. Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he probably just needed to tap it down in front of himself.
Well,
maybe,
if it was out of bounds, it was the possibility of being deliberate as well.
Yeah, no, he couldn't do that.
Umpire allows play to go on there. Bradley and Wakeland. Wakeland ducks the tackle, which proved to be too high. Advantages with the Saints. Harvey, not bad umpiring there, to Knowles. Knowles in towards Everett. Everett, you spoke about, got his hands on it. Falling over was Lowe. Spillage to the back. Mansfield. Barry Hall. Contest here is terrific. In goes Moyle. Little kick by Moyle to the front of the goals. Back goes Matthew Allen. Hand pass. Wide to Hickmott. A chance. Short kick. Ratton. Grab didn't have the ball. Saints still alive. Lenny Hayes, the tackling is absolutely fantastic. The kick comes out and Hume will mark in the centre of the ground. Handball off. Bradley, will he set this up? He can't kick the ball either. There's something wrong with the football. Trianides in his defensive 50. Short kick is all right. At the face there of young Beetham. Handball away. Burke, freeborn there for the Blues, but Burke does well. Short kick by Burke at the face of Barry Hall.
It's the old hot potato, isn't it, the footy at the moment? That's a good kick. Still a long way from home. Everett's, he's got 3 Carlton players in front of him, so they have to go short. There must be loose Saint players because there's so many Carlton players deep. Well, he goes long, and that's low percentage, but Everett's in front. Plenty of Blues around it. A lot of Blues around it. Mansfield was just about gone, but he got the clearing kick, and all the Saints are out on the wing. That's where they were. Beetham takes it away. They've just got to carry it into attack. A low wobbly one. Hall, has he got support? High tackle. He got it right. He's going to be pinged now. That's bad.
I thought it was ridiculous umpiring. The first tackle was too high.
It was. There's been a fair bit of that tonight, Robert. That's 50. That has to be 50 metres. That has to be 50 metres.
And it was the same spot, the Mansfield 50 metres.
Well,
Wakeland's kick has found Moncourse. Sit down and relax for a couple of seconds, Hutto. Get your breath back because this is frenetic footy. Carlton lead by 2 points. 9.5 minutes left. Can the Saints get up? Matthew Allen from behind. Darren Hume, little kick out wide. The race is on. Delaney's quick. Whitnell comes down from half forward. Hand pass away. Wakeland, the chance to gather and then kick high out towards Peckett. He's running away from Fletcher and he takes the mark. Well done, Justin Peckett. Left foot kick is onto the chest of and getting back strong at half back.
He should have just
Kudafides has taken the mark.
He should have handballed to Thompson, who was on his own, instead of just panicking and kicking the ball long.
If the Blues got a loose player, they have. Wide on centre wing. The mark has been taken by Adrian Hickmott. He runs up to the wing, nearly to half forward, kicks it in the direction of, nearly found Franchina. Back goes Rutten. Trianides does well. Lappin tries to force the free kick against Trianides. Still Trianides. The Blues. Lappin, an Aussie Jones style goal. No, he's hit the post. You wouldn't believe it. How many's that tally, Jimmy?
That's got to be 7.
4 to St Kilda, 3 to the Blues.
That's it.
Incredible stuff. How wide is that goalpost? And they've hit it 7 times in a game of footy.
Well, they've actually hit that particular post 5 times.
Camporelli went down and hurt himself. Burke onto the wing. Gee, it's not a great kick. Really tough because Beetham had plenty of Blues around him. One of them, Allen, the feed looks good. Oh, they looked at each other and the ball went through. Clean bowled a lot of them. On the rebound, Moyle. If he can just get the ball, he's got to play out further in Peckett. Moyle takes it to ground. Just knocked it out in time. Hayes crunched.
Free kick.
Too high. It was a little lucky because he was falling over.
Now, Moncrief has got to play forward and just pull Allen out of that hole. Because every time St Kilda go forward, he just thumps it back.
Hamill back on the ground. Beaumont off.
7 3/4 minutes left.
Carlton by 3. Everyone is in front of the play. Everyone was in front of that kick. It's going to be really tough stuff from here. Hamill around the corner. Wasn't a bad kick and the clinches, was it? Picked out Lappin. They push back now. Lappin at half back for the Blues. Goes looking for Kuda, free kick. Against Knowles. So Kudafides, it's a fairly open Carlton forward line. He'll go for Whitnell, good kick. Oh, Wakeland! Almost took a spectacular mark. Hickmott, he might just give the Blues some breathing space. Yes, he does! Yes, he does! Adrian Hickmott kicks the goal. When Carlton lead by 9, Wakeland almost took the mark of the year. But Hickmott, who's been pretty good, puts through his first goal.
Well, if you're going to go up for those marks and jump over packs, you just got to take them as a defender, or else you thump it forward to the boundary line. And In that case, he just read the pack really well and kicked a beautiful goal. And this is the sort of pressure now. It's going to test St. Kilda.
Still very concerned, Tim Watson. His team trails now by 9 points. Plenty of time left. Everett in the ruck. Robert Harvey gets the clearance. Out wide, Beetham couldn't take it. Rice desperate. Burke, good tackle. Even dispossessed Dean Rice, but not able to break away. Umpire will bounce. Umpire will bounce just forward of centre wing, favouring the Saints. St Kilda led by 2 points at three-quarter time. Ratton couldn't get away with the ball. Beetham, now Aussie Jones. Looked for Trianides, McKay, Hickmott, back to McKay, not too bad actually. McKay gets past, kicks for Koutafidis and finds him. He is just about impossible to control for the whole of the match, you would think. Camporelli missed it to the advantage of the Blues. In goes Lappin, and Lappin kicks another one for the Blues. 3 goals to Matthew Lappin.
Well,
it's a big plus having a player like Koutafidis, isn't it? I mean, he doesn't look as though he gets tired. Obviously he does, but to run down and take a mark where he just outpointed young Knowles.
yeah, and even as he kicked that, you think they had covered Camporelli there, but they had another free man just behind and Lappin, and when you've got that, you're in trouble. You just got to be accountable
He's been
here.
pretty good, guys. Kicked 3, and he spent a fair bit of the third quarter on the bench.
Damien Monkhorst on the bench. So Peter Everett still in the ruck. 11-15 to 13-18. The Blues just seemingly on top now. Be very hard from here for the Saints. They still have time. Oh, Wakeland's gone again for the big one. He did spoil Lappin. He can't miss. What about that? Oh, Blues on fire now. They have gone bang, bang again, and bang again. And Matty Lappin's kicked 4 goals too.
Well, it's not bad when you have players that can do that, and Lappin he's just there. He's in it when it needs to happen, and he's able to kick those ones around the corner. But that's really going to dent any sort of fire that St. Kilda had, and I don't know if they can come back from this. I think it's a bit too late now.
So Everett trying to get the ball clear. Ratton to Franchina. He missed. Hickmott handballed it forward at any cost. Contest here. Hudson and Hamill. Hudson to Thompson. Thompson's kick. Bradley and Jones. Kicked away by Knowles. And close to the line. Trianides. It's Bradley down the line. Still Brett Knowles not able to keep the ball in. Jason Trianides comes off for James Begley. We've got a boundary throw in just forward of centre wing favouring the Blues.
Well, they've just kicked 3 goals in 2.5 minutes, and yet St. Kilda have had probably most of the football in their forward line.
Pickett gets it to Burke. Nothing ahead for him. Had to be good if he finds Begley here. Wasn't a bad kick. Begley outnumbered, was held without it. Didn't get the free. Blues are escaping from most of the contest. Not that one though. That's holding the ball, isn't it?
Well, it looks as though it is, but whether the player had a chance to get rid of it.
Well, he got the ball in space. Let's have a look. Did he hit? No, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. It was close call. Ball on the outer side. Saints need to just get it straight forward from here. Harvey's right over the top of it. Hayes, his kick smothered. McKay back to rugby again. Aussie Jones got the feed out. Oh, great pickup, but he had no one to give it to. And again the Blues through Franchina, who's done a couple of good things. Great kick to Whitnell over the top. Camporelli down the ground. Gets it now and then takes off. He's well tackled. Again, you ask the question as to whether he actually disposed of the ball, and the ball through from behind.
Yeah, it didn't look like he got his hand to that. It looked like it was a bit of a throw. But I don't think it'll matter.
No, not now. Too late for the Saints. and more heartbreak. Again, they've had a real crack, but they're not going to end the night with anything other than knowing that they've been competitive. Oh, not very good direction on that kick. Beetham did pretty well then and got it out to Everett, getting the hoots of the crowd. Wasn't a good kick. Francina's just been an extra man back there and they won some important possessions in this last quarter. Silvani is just about caught, but gets the handball away. Tough bounce for Bradley. Bit of a training drill now for the Blues. Beautiful work, Francina. Mark or free kick to Hickmott.
It's actually their lower rung players now that have come into the play. Humes had a couple of important possessions and Hickmott has been very productive.
Lappin.
At a lower rate. Lappin kicked 4 second half goals. Hickmott now the short pass. Looks for Whitnell. A contest at half back. Gathered by Knowles. Decides to give the hand pass away to Jones. Just the tempo gone down a little. Jones, little kick okay. Begley is marked. He's at left half back.
Go through the middle.
14-19 to 11-15. Margin 22 points now in favour of the Blues. Contest low, couldn't take it. Still Bradley a chance. How did he get it to O'Reilly? It was legal according to the umpire. O'Reilly's kick, nearly marked. It's been paid to Hickmott. May have been a free kick. Was he dragged off the ball maybe? Hickmott, he's picked up quite a few possessions, 21 to be exact. Decides to go across the centre line. Christou, he can run up and nearly bomb a goal here, Ange. Doesn't quite get onto it. Hooks it in the direction of Whitnell, but he's outnumbered back there. Waitland has taken the mark. Plays on, goes across the full back line. Lenny Hayes gathers, then the short kick finds Nathan Burke. Still inside their defensive 50. 103 plays 81. 22 points the margin in favour of the Blues. St Kilda bring it to the near side. Waitland, short kick. They should get a goal out of this. They must keep possession of the ball. Peckett, that's okay. Begley to Delaney. Delaney into the pocket. Build up all right. And Barry Hall marks well within scoring range. We're down to under 2 minutes left. Barry Hall, before he had kicked a goal, he had kicked 5 behinds. He has kicked 2 goals, 5 in total. He could make it 3 goals, 5. 12 marks. Barry Hall's shot at goal just floats away to the right. So 2 goals, 6. Could have nearly been a match winner, Barry Hall, early.
Oh,
if he'd have nailed a few of his chances, it might have put the Blues under that pressure that they may not have been under over the previous 5 weeks.
Totally agree, but he's not the Lone Ranger, unfortunately, and really there's just been so many opportunities gone begging here, but you know, St Kilda's still a good team.
Yep.
Everett to come over the top, didn't try and mark it. Zilla went in to try and win it off Hamill, but he infringed in doing so. So inside the last minute now.
Very disciplined Zillas, 15 possessions up against Ratton, who's had 12.
Blues see that they have time to get one more. Good kick from Christou. And Whitnell to line up with 40-odd seconds on the clock. (14-19), 103 Carlton, 11-16, 82 St Kilda. Clock counting down now, so we're inside the last 20 seconds of this match.
Do you know that St Kilda haven't kicked a goal in this quarter since the 2-minute mark?
Well, it was very close for a long time though, wasn't it? Both sides scrambled. Whitnell unloads and has no trouble putting it through. So the Blues will get home here in the end in comfortable fashion, but it's been an anything but comfortable occasion for them. 27 points the margin.
Hutto, at quarter time it was a point the difference. At half time it was 2 points. At 3/4 time it was 2. And it wasn't that long ago that St Kilda were in front, Jim.
That's right. They've had the play, they've been inside 50 probably more times, if not as many. And yeah, 50 58 to 59 times, but they just can't convert.
Well, another disappointment here at Colonial Stadium for the Saints. Just playing out the last few seconds. Koutafidis will get the last kick of the game. There it is, folks. Final siren time. And the Blues run away. In the last quarter, they kicked 5 goals 6 to 1 goal 1 to win this match by 27 points.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd hate to be a St. Kilda supporter because they're just being put through hell at the moment. And, you know, great entertainment, though. You're certainly getting your money's worth. But that man there, Peter Everett, just wasn't up to it today. Really was frustrated. And, you know, in the end, he got reported there in the third quarter. But obviously, Carlton are a good team and they're in second spot. This is why they're in second spot.
Let's get to Dipper.
Oh, thanks very much, Hutto. We're taking a breather out here. Magnificent game, but at the end, you just got over them.
Yeah, Dipper, we probably haven't been in that position before where we've been level at three-quarter time. We've either been up or well down and the game's out of our reach, so it was good for the boys to stick together and get a win.
Well, you started them off in the first quarter, but everybody at the end chipped in.
Yeah, that's how we're playing. It's just overall team performance the last 5 weeks, so we've just got to try and keep that going.
Now, for our viewers at home, was there any breeze out here? Because the ball was doing anything.
Yeah, oh, maybe a slight breeze. I don't know where it's coming from, though, Dip.
Well done, mate. Important win for the Blues.
Beautiful. Thanks very much.
Gee, Dippy, you could have got him to back up my theory.
Well, actually, you'd be surprised. There actually is a draft that will come through here. Yeah, it comes through from the sort of gates, but not enough to create what we saw tonight.
Well, the Blues, Anthony Koutafidis with 30 possessions and 3 goals. Lappin kicked 4 second-half goals. Whitnell kicked 3. And they came out on top 15-19, 109, 11-16, 82. And they are the vanquished Saints. Stuart Lowe, Stephen Zillu tried so hard. Jason Trionides, who was pretty good. But in the finish, not quite good enough.
Jones, impressive. This has probably been his best game I've seen him.
Well, he's had 29 possessions and kicked, well, what could be classified as probably goal of the weekend. He's certainly a contender. And there's a man who tries just for St Kilda week in, week out. He's very disappointed.
He had 36 possessions for the night, which is, he just keeps ranking them up, but it'd be pretty disappointing. You know, good players, you know, deserve to be playing in winning teams.
Hickmott going in there, Jim did a reasonable job for the Blues. He had 22 possessions and kicked the last quarter goal. They look fairly pleased with themselves. I'm sure they must have come here feeling that, you know, St Kilda have got to break through eventually, and their first win of the season, the Blues didn't want it to be against them.
Yeah, and if you look at it, look, they're going for 5 in a row, and it's often difficult to win that many games in a row. It doesn't matter where you are on the ladder. And they're, you know, they're a team that lost the grand final last year, and they want to have another crack at it again this year. And I would say they're a better team, a lot more impressive at this stage of the season than they were last year.
That's a fair point.
Now they're in second spot, putting pressure on the rest of the competition.
Well, follow the Blues now, and you saw David Parkin, how he was very emphatic in shaking the hand of Wayne Britton on a job well done tonight. The Blues overcoming the Saints 15-19, 109 to 11-16, 82. To 11-16 by 27 points.